Center. This is News Channel 8 Today.
A very scary play at the Trop when a pitcher is struck in the head by a line drive.
Happening today, you have a chance to hear a developer's big plans for Channelside.
And new this morning, why the state of Florida is spending less on some of our youngest students. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News Channel 8 Today. I'm Rod Carter.
I'm Gail Guayardo. Thank you so much for joining us.
Let's get things started this morning with Storm Team 8 meteorologist Lee Spann.
Good morning. I tell you what, it is another gorgeous day. The skies are clear and temperatures are very comfortable. 50s and 60s. It gets a little milder the closer you are to the coast, like 63 in Tarpon Springs, 60 in Pinellas Park. But look at Lutz, you're at 58. Valrico's at 57. Brooksville's at 56. It's nice in Bartow, too, at 57. Now, the sunshine will warm us up quickly. 77 degrees at midday, afternoon highs in the low 80s. This evening, though, comfortable 76, around 69 degrees during the overnight time period. But today starts our warm-up. I'll tell you how long the warm-up lasts coming up. Now, let's check on the roadways. Leslie?
Thank you, Lee. Good morning, everyone. Pasco County area out in Holiday. We've got a hit and run. Have a few more details about this. No injuries involved in this crash. Apparently, it's off to the shoulder, not tying up any of those important lanes on US 19. It's right around Darlington, which is just north of Miles Stretch. But be aware of it. Meanwhile, US 19 starting to build as usual, but still overall a pretty good drive. Also taking a quick look here and heading over to the junction. Let's pull out the camera. 275 still looks good. Not a lot of vehicles out on the roadway here. This is right around Ashley as you come through downtown. And it continues to be a strong drive all the way out to the Howard Franklin Bridge. That's a look at the roads. Let's check back with Rod and Gail. Now to a story that's happening today. They say they have cash to buy Channelside. Well, in just a matter of hours, the developers who hope to transform the struggling complex want to hear what the community thinks about their plans. News Channel 8's Melissa Beckman joins us now live from Channelside. And this is really exciting because that area is right in the center of what's so beautiful about Tampa.
It is. It's right on the water. It's right near downtown. And now so many people live and work around here. And the developers say that they did last week have a meeting here with the tenants at Channelside. And tonight they plan to meet with the public. They say they'll present their plans and ask everyone who lives and works around here what changes they would like to see. Many of the storefronts here at Channelside today sit empty. The tenants who are left, some of them say that they've had their ups and downs over the last few years, but they're hopeful now that change is on the horizon. The developers have plans for a complete complex makeover. They say they've successfully transformed other struggling properties around Florida and plan to do the same here. Tonight, they're asking people who live and work near Channelside to sit down for a candid community conversation.
We actually want to engage with the community here and listen to what they have to say, hear their comments, and we're going to hear things from to the left to the right, but there's probably going to be some gems of truth that we can pick out.
Now, their vision for Channelside is set. Take a look at it. They want to add restaurants and retail, even a hotel and some office space. But the developers say the feedback they get from the community tonight is extremely important for their long-term plans here. Now, some of the business owners here at Channelside told me they are cautiously optimistic and don't want to get too excited until they see an actual deal signed with the Tampa Port Authority. And we're told that that could happen at a meeting here in just a few weeks. Now, we'll hear from some of those business owners who plan to attend tonight's meeting coming up in 30 minutes. Gail.
All right, thanks, Melissa. Well, if you want to attend tonight's town hall meeting, it starts at 5:30. It will be next door to Channelside at the Florida Aquarium.
In a developing story this morning we are still waiting on word of the condition of Toronto pitcher J.A. Happ after a line drive struck him in the head during the Blue Jays-Rays game at the Trop.
And Happ is down on the mound. 2 runs have scored. Jennings goes to third, and Happ hit on the head by that line.
After that play, medical personnel rushed to the mound to treat Happ, who was taken off the field on a stretcher. Reports from the ballpark indicate that Happ was awake and alert and motioned to the crowd as he was being taken to an area hospital.
And up now to an 8 on Your Side investigation. The Pasco School Board approved sweeping anti-harassment for reforms following a bullying problem that we first told you about last year. Zephyr Hills High School senior Zachary Gray tried to kill himself, his parents say, because of relentless bullying.
His parents complained that educators did nothing to stop students from tormenting their son by labeling him gay, even though he had a girlfriend. The Federal Office of Civil Rights agreed not to pursue sanctions if the district agreed to crack down on bullying.
They gonna do what they're supposed to do. When this pops up and happens again, are they gonna step in and do what they're supposed to do to take care of it?
The Grays attorney says the issue now centers on the enforcement of anti-harassment policies in the district. Now, Pasco's superintendent, Kurt Browning, says he's committed to making sure that happens.
New this morning, Florida Senator Marco Rubio is criticizing a report that calls the Senate Gang of Eight immigration reform plan too costly. The Heritage Foundation says the bill's pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants would cost taxpayers a minimum of $6.3 trillion over the lifetime of those immigrants. In an interview with CNN Espanol, Rubio said that he did not believe the report was legitimate. He said fixing America's immigration system would actually strengthen the economy. Rubio's push for immigration reform is making some influential conservatives angry. He's been defending the bill, saying it can be made better with more Republican input. Florida A&M University has hired a new band director with ties to the school. FAMU hired Sylvester Young. The 66-year-old former band director of Ohio University was lured out of retirement. He graduated from FAMU in 1969. The school's famed Marching 100 band has been suspended ever since the hazing death of drum major Robert Champion in 2011.
Happening today, a hearing on the terror attack in Benghazi, Libya. A House committee is set to hear dramatic new information from the former deputy chief of the mission in Benghazi, Gregory Hicks. Hicks will testify, among other things, that he called for additional military help from U.S. Special Forces after the first of two attacks on the U.S. consulate, but he was overruled. The committee wants to know who knew what and when about the attacks that killed 4 Americans, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. Also this morning, the Senate Crime and Terrorism Subcommittee holds a hearing on cyber threats. It's predicted that cyberspace will become the world's next major battlefield. Major U.S. banks have been recent targets from foreign governments. Specialists from the FBI and the private sector are set to testify.
We are following some breaking news of a massive diamond heist. Let's go straight to Adrienne Pedersen.
Hey, Rod, we're just getting these details into the newsroom. Interesting story. A Belgian prosecutor says 31 people have been detained in 3 countries in connection with a $50 million diamond heist. So here's how they almost pulled it off. The diamonds were sitting on a plane in Germany when robbers drove through a hole in the airport fence, guns in hand, and unloaded the diamonds. Investigators didn't catch up with them until now, and this heist happened back in February. The money in Belgium and the diamonds are now in the hands of authorities.
On Wall Street this morning, the Dow Jones opens at a record high. The Dow closed above 15,000 for the first time ever on Tuesday. Investors also pushed the S&P 500 to a new high as well. 608, a group of teens got together years ago to play at a birthday party.
Now they're about to release their 3rd CD.
I mean, I think we're kind of rock a little bit of pop punk.
At 6:15, Rod will introduce you to the Accidental Band and why some of our young students here in Florida get less money from the state than others. That story is coming up.
Outside right now, we're just starting to see the sun peeking up over the horizon. We checked in with Louie and Tula, of course, our Pomeranian weather watchers out on Pass the Grill, and they say it's nice out there for their walk. It's 70 degrees. Now, it will be a little warmer than yesterday. We'll hit 81, and our trend is to continue warming up. 84 tomorrow, 86 Friday, and 87 Saturday. I'll let you know when our next cold front arrives at 6:09, and you're watching News Channel 8 today.